What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the greatest gaming podcast on the internet, the One Up Gamescast. I'm one of your hosts, Carl Sinclair, joined as always by my brother from another mother, the man with the plan, Master Cheeks in the sheets, Master Chief in the streets, Jack Gibb. How you doing, buddy?
Doing very well, mate. It's Battlefield open beta time. It has not been a better time.
True.
In a while, I should say.
It's
yeah. How things your side, mate?
Yeah, good. Like, mate, the Battlefield, yeah, it's a good time to be a fan of video games, mate. Battlefield in particular. No, it's good. We should talk about our first impressions. I don't think we've played enough to sort of be like, this is the be all end all, but like just impressions off the bat, pretty good. Good.
Yeah, I'd be keen to spend a bit of time talking about it next week. That's how the week lines up. But initial impressions are really good. I think it feels, Battlefield 3 in my mind was like pretty much perfect.
Yeah.
And Battlefield 4 was pretty much perfect in a slightly different way.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is again slightly different, but it's what I would want. It's what I wanted Battlefield 4's sequel to be. Like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously some changes, obviously some evolutions, but I think we're back. I think if we looked at Battlefield 4, I think we're back in the Battlefield 3 direction a little bit. I think if this had to come out in 2016, say, I think that's what our review would be. It would be, hey, this is just more Battlefield, a little bit more Battlefield 3 than Battlefield 4, and that would have been like the lens we had on it. Mm-hmm. But instead, the lens we have is we're back. We've been gone for so long.
Yeah, we've done a big turnaround. No, it's good. It's good. It feels good to play. It visually, holy shit! Like, it looks really good.
Yeah, it looks really nice. And not too crazy either. Like, it's not like we're oversat. Like it's not like the ray tracing's off the charts. I don't think there is any actually, but it's just old-fashioned good. It feels how it should.
I think something. Sorry, I think something that like helps it really look great is like the maps are very well designed. They're like very well done. Destruction looks really, really nice. And it's just, I don't know. There's just something about the maps this time around where it's just, they feel lived in. You know what I mean? I think that helps a lot.
Feel very like they could just be based on a real location. Like, obviously that's based on real places, but like, it feels like you could walk to that town and it will look pretty much like that. You know what I mean? It feels real in that sense. I'm sure they've made some heavy concessions left, right, and center to make it fun, but I think Battlefield 2042, by contrast, just felt fucking empty.
Very empty. Very empty, yeah.
I don't want to shit on PUBG like this, but like, when PUBG first came out, it was real like an asset store map, you know what I mean? Like, things were just out of the Unreal Engine asset store, plugged in places and, tweaked to make it work. It felt like that, but not, like, PUBG felt scrappy in that way, and I think that worked in a positive way, but Battlefield's like a AAA, multi-billion-dollar game, and it felt like a fucking empty asset store. Whereas by contrast, this game feels full. Like,
it does, yeah. There's
shit everywhere, whether it's debris or buildings or even just vehicles. You know what I mean? Like, there's been several times where there's vehicles sitting there to take. Now, the jets, helicopters, and tanks are hard to get into, but like, there's plenty of quad bikes, there's plenty of cars like Humvees or whatever. There's plenty, in the bigger map that you can play, the one on our peak, is it?
Yeah.
When you capture points, vehicles spawn in at the points. Like, there's just shit happening fucking everywhere. And the maps in the beta aren't huge either, so it does feel quite dense. I think when we get to Operation Firestorm and maybe a couple of other new maps, hopefully they do feel a bit more not sparse. I'm not trying to go in that direction, but like, I remember in Operation Firestorm, like when you're pushing that last point, I think A, there was a little bit of a walk. Like, it did feel like, all right, now we're really going into enemy lines here. So I think a couple of maps, will hopefully have that as well. But it has the Bad Company 2 vibe to some of these maps, the Battlefield 3 vibe. I can't remember what the map's called, Sign Crossing, the map set in Paris, I think.
Yeah.
Battlefield 3, like, getting those sorts of vibes as well. Where, like, on that map particularly in Battlefield 3, the buildings weren't, you couldn't flatten the building, but you could like rip the facade off and things like that. And we're seeing a lot of that in this game. It's not, there's some buildings can be flattened, but a lot can't. But the destruction is so, it's not always dynamic, but it fucking puts up a good facade at that point. Like it doesn't look that scripted. Some of it is, but it's scripted in a way that, like we can't just have a city map, like a super dead city map that gets flattened to nothing. Like that wouldn't be fun for gameplay. So I think they've made some really good concessions. Honestly, even the things I was worried about before playing it, I'm coming around on. Like even the open weapons, I'm way less hostile about. Like I thought it was a fucking joke that the weapons were going to be open and unlocked for every class, but now I'm like, I don't think they should be completely open, but I think they should be like somewhere in the middle. After having like 5 or 6 games, I'm sitting here thinking, maybe a concession would be like, you can pick any weapon for any class, but maybe the sniper one shouldn't have SMGs, and maybe the like assault shouldn't have snipers. Like maybe it's just a couple of things that shouldn't be allowed, but the rest should be open. I don't know, man. I'm just not sitting here. Every concern has almost been answered. I can't think of anything left where I'm just like, well, this is fucked. Like there's nothing that's like a turn off or a reason to hesitate. Like I think they're actually, there's a couple of things that like maybe I wouldn't have done or decided if I was in charge, but like they do, I hate to say it, but they do have to kind of cater for a wider audience than like, what I mean? They want this game to be big. They spend a lot of money on it. They kind of got to cater to a few players that probably haven't played Battlefield before. So I think all in all, maybe the server browser might be the thing where I'm like, oh, I wish they'd bring that back. But apart from that, I think they've hit some pretty good marks here, man. I'm feeling very positive. I mean, we'll keep playing it this weekend. We'll play it next weekend and have a bit more conclusive thoughts. But it only took a game on Battlefield 2042 to know we're having problems.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe half a game. Like it wasn't long into playing that we were just like, oh, this doesn't feel great. And then as soon as you get that grapple hook, you realize the game's fucked. Whereas this, admittedly, there's a couple of things not in the beta, like the stairs, like the assault ladder and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe there's still a couple of things that maybe like turn out to be a bit on the shitter side, but man, like we were not this positive in the Battlefield 2042 beta.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Like within minutes, we were like, this is shit. So, and we pushed through. We pushed through some hours into that game.
Yeah.
Like, we just sit here and say that. That game was bad when they put all that effort into the remaking the maps. It wasn't much better.
Yeah, so many hours.
Data that works, that doesn't really crash, that has hundreds of thousands of people playing simultaneously. Bug-wise, I think you've had your character disappear a couple of times, but apart from that, fairly bug-free.
Yeah, it's pretty bug-free, yeah.
Than any Battlefield launch we've had, ever.
Oh, yeah, honestly, yeah. It's pretty bug-free. Yeah, that's the only thing I've had. Like, at one point, my body disappeared, and then my gun disappeared. But, yeah, like, honestly, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good. I'm so happy that it's all right.
Yeah, it's just fun. Like honestly, like this, like it's pretty good when you're in the middle of the beta. And the only thing I really want to say is like it's fun. I had a lot of fun. It was a good time. I like the maps. They were good. There's one map that annoys me, but I don't dislike it. It's one where C is up on top of that hill, and everyone just snipes on that hill. Like you come around the corner, there's like 50 fucking sniper glints up on that hill.
I don't think I think once we get better at playing the team, we will find that map very fun.
Yeah. Battlefield is that.
Learning curve on it.
Yeah, Battlefield itself is a learning curve. You know what I mean? Like everyone has sort of like just spent so much time playing like Call of Duties and all that sort of stuff. So trying to like pivot back into playing a Battlefield type game is going to be fun. I think it's going to like change it up a lot, which is going to be good, especially considering like. God, what like we put this is embarrassing. We put thousands of hours into Call of Duty the last couple of years, like easily. So it's like I'm looking forward to putting in some decent hours into this. I'm hoping that people are sort of at ease, kind of happy. You know what I mean? They haven't really.
I think the tension in the community is definitely like just. Gone. Gone. Like I said, like server browsers, a couple of little things that like we treasure highly from back in the Battlefield days. But like
it feels like everyone's just taking a breath. Like everyone went in going like, And then we all played it was all good, and then we all just went, okay. Now we can have we can actually think about it played well, which is I think what everyone was super scared about getting in there, and it just.
Well, I mean, that's the thing about it. You know, they can add a server browser next year.
Yep.
Battlefield 2042 can't be fixed.
No,
you know what I mean? Like you can't if the game comes out that fucking shit. Like, what are you gonna do? Restart development? Like the game's fucked. Just make a next game, right? But server browsers can be added. So, you know, there are a couple of things I hope they come around to next year. I want some more remade maps personally. I think one's not enough. But like these are things they can do later. They said they'll do later. They've said that. So, you know, let's chill out, Jack. You know what I mean?
Do you know,
fire storm and be happy.
Do you know what this feels like? This feels like 2042 is definitely, all right, we're making a new Battlefield. And EA's come in and said, this is what we want. And they've gone, okay. And then EA came in 6 months later and said, now we want this. Okay. Then they came in a year later and said, now we want this. Then the beta came out and then they were like, this is what we wanted. Everyone hated it. And EA's come in and said, this is what we wanted. We wanted this. It's like, well, we can't make it this. Make it this. And they've just been trying so long. And then Vince came in, right? Vince came in. Battlefield Studios, EA's like, you're going to run this. Like, okay, cool. He's like, you're going to make a new Battlefield. And he's like, okay, cool. And they've said, this is what we want. And before they even got a chance to open their mouth, Vince has said, fuck off. And they've just left. You know what I mean? They've just left the room. And he's just gone, this is what we're doing. And he's just like, gone around to every table and just put down a copy of 3 and 4. And he's just like, get familiar with this. Like, this is what we're doing. It's like, cool. Awesome.
I think that's very well said. And you know, I think like in Battlefield 2042, like the decision to have 128 players, like that looks great in the trailer.
Yeah.
You know, like all the things that game did wrong look fantastic in the trailer.
Good marketing.
Yeah, and look, and to be fair, like that game was marketed well. I don't think anyone would disagree with that. Like they hit the ground pretty hard with that game.
Oh yeah, they thought they had the game with the marketing for that one. You know what I mean? They thought they'd hit gold, bro. Yeah.
Whereas by contrast, this game has been leaked for 6 months extensively in high definition on Reddit.
Yeah, and, true.
You know, like this. If you're let's say you're a marketing graduate, right, and you get a job at DICE. Or not even a graduate, but you're just an industry person. You know, you don't. Battlefield's not really a thing, but you know marketing. You are the marketing person. You know what I mean? Get a job at DICE. It starts leaking. You'd be out of hair. You'd be out of hair. You'd be out of sleep. You'd be losing your fucking mind watching this game be unveiled. But it's been done perfectly. Honestly,
yeah.
I hope books get written on how well this is done because no one in the community was confident in this game. I don't know a single fucking soul who was like, yeah, DICE will nail the next one. We were all just like, I think we're done. You know what I mean? Like,
dude, I remember when they were like, oh, we're revealing this thing now. I remember we were all like, that's a bit soon. He's like,
yeah, exactly. We were all just like, no, like just fuck off for a couple more years. Like,
yeah, honestly, yeah.
You've learned, like you've got a game that's like better than the last one already. And yeah, like I think the leaks did it well. The reveal trailer like 2 weeks ago was like pretty alright, and then like the reveal events they did were quite reassuring. But nothing beats getting your hands on it. And after a few hours, you can just tell that this, you know, I don't want to say the word perfect, but like we are back. I think we're back. I think we can say we're back. You know,
I knew we were back, mate, when I was downed, and I was like, oh, someone's coming to heal me, and they ran right past me, and I was like, fucking asshole. And then I was like, oh, this is Battlefield.
I mean, just on the healing note though, like when it was revealed that you'd be able to drag your teammates
I love that.
You know, I didn't think that was going to play well. Honestly, like everything we've seen, I've just been so like not pessimistic, but just ready to be like, oh, they've got to fuck it up somewhere. Maybe that mechanic doesn't work. You know what I mean? Like what's going to be wrong with this game? And dude, it's just even just leveling up and it plays like the music and it pops up on screen in the middle of a match and it even pops up with what you've unlocked in the corner, like you got a new scope. Like you know what I mean? Like,
it's just so good.
The game is so complete. Like there's a scoreboard. We didn't even have a scoreboard at the launch of 2042. Like, the scoreboard is not only operational, has very relevant information. You go into the menu and turn pings on and things like that. Like it's a great scoreboard. And the game's not out for fucking 2 months.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we're back. I think we're back. I think I the relief in my soul, Kyle. the relief of my soul. Like, I am, 3 weeks ago, I would have murdered you if you pre-ordered it. I've already got it in my Steam library. 3 weeks ago, if you had said, like, I think DICE might be cooking, I would have said, fuck off. Like, I would have, like, just stopped talking about it. Like, just, like, it was, like, our defenses were so high. You know what I mean? We're so fortified.
Bro, I tell you what.
Played it for one night, and it's like, we're back. Everything's forgotten and forgiven. We're good.
The way you were before this, right? Before, like, I feel like before the reveal trailer, if I'd got to play this before then, and I was just like, Jack, I just played the new Battlefield, mate. It's good.
Would have been one of the
I feel like you would have been like, yeah, I don't believe you. Yeah, I feel like you just would not have believed anything. So yeah, dude, I'm glad you're so happy and excited.
Even fucking last night, Jake's like, let's play open weapons. And I was just ready to fucking kick him from the game. Like, fuck off.
Bro, I know you were, dude.
We played Battlefield. And then we played it, and I'm like, hang on.
This ain't bad.
Hang on, they might actually... Now, like I said, I do think Assault shouldn't have snipers, and...
Yeah.
Because the sniper class has a C4, right? And if you have an SMG and the C4, that's a lot of close quarters damage. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You need to refine it a little bit. But there's a middle ground that's starting to appear in my mind. You know what I mean? It's not closed, it's not open, it's just restrictive. I hope they're listening and take this feedback on and listen to me and only me.
Yeah, okay.
The point is, like, I was just...
Sound like Ninja and Shroud out here.
Like, DICE's ability, or EA more importantly, his ability to release the Battlefield we've been waiting fucking 12 years for. Now, I'm not shitting on Battlefield 1, but the journey through Battlefield 5 and Battlefield 24, you know what I mean? Like, it's been so long, Kyle. So, and even so long just did 2042, really. It's been 4 years, which is fine, but it's not fine after a shit one.
Yeah.
I don't want another Battlefield for 4 years now, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I've been on this for 4 years, this is fine. It runs so well as well. Can we just say it runs well?
It runs really well, yeah. Surprisingly well.
I've maxed out the settings, and like, there's no hitching that I can notice. I know while you were streaming last night, there was a couple of hiccups, but I mean, you're sort of streaming at the same time.
Yeah, it was streaming and all that stuff. Yeah, it was a lot.
But like, before stream, it was running, like...
Oh, no issues.
So, well, yeah, and like, you were playing on PS5, and like, couldn't even tell if it was PC or PS5. Like, shit's looking good, shit's running well. They've got a quality mode on PS5 and Xbox Series X that's 60 frames, and then the performance mode goes beyond that. Like, oh, all right, like, this is, oh, bro. Sorry, I'm so excited. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. I mean, look, they might destroy it all with a battle royale later. Who knows? But for this 2 week period, all right, for this weekend with the beta and next weekend for the beta, we're happy people. We're not gonna think about what might go wrong. We're happy people. We're enjoying the beta. We're having a good time. We're excited, the world, for just a brief moment, not the world actually, the world's fucking on fire, but the video game space feels alright for 2 weeks. We've got 2 weeks. Xbox will no doubt fuck it up. They might have even just fucked it today, but hey, in terms of first-person shooters, military first-person shooters, we're okay. We're okay for 2 weeks.
We are okay.
Xbox in the bed today.
Xbox did shit the bed today.
I said to you on this podcast, I feel like I said it. If not, I definitely said it offline. I said they'll fuck it up in August. They'll do something in August.
You did.
They always do something in August.
You did say on this exact podcast that they were going to fuck something up in August.
Now, in hindsight, they fuck something up at the end of June every year when they do a bunch of layoffs. That's always awful. And studio closures this year and games cancelled. It was all shit. But you would assume that would be it for a while. But they always do something.
I mean, I feel like you'd want to get everything out in one go. You know what I mean? Like, if you know this shit's going to happen, you need to get it all out in one go. But yeah, they sort of...
Like, if I was in charge of Xbox, right, and the news for reference is the cancellation of Contraband. If I had to cancel that game, I feel like I would have picked late June with everything else I was about to do. Like,
yeah. Well, they say it's not cancelled, but...
I mean, you don't rip the YouTube trailer. The
video I know.
About it. Like,
let's be honest, the game's effectively cancelled, but
never gonna do it.
No, but active development has now stopped while they evaluate the project's future.
Oh, so they sit on it for 6 months whilst the developer that was licensed, like, building the game doesn't get paid. Well, like what they do for 6 months. You know what I mean? This game's done.
Yeah, they. So the reason for it being, you're aware of why they're shelving it? So,
Read the headline, mate. Fill us in.
so the story behind why the game is being shelved and why they're evaluating the game is because for X amount of time now, Xbox hasn't seen anything from the game, and the development team has just come and asked for a shit ton more money to continue to develop the game. But they haven't actually apparently hit deadlines and actually shown gameplay in quite some time. So Xbox is sort of like, why do you need more money? And they're like, we need more money to develop the game. Okay, show us what you've got. And they're like, we don't really have anything to show right now. And it's like, how are we supposed to evaluate whether or not you need more money? So that's why it's sort of been, it's not in active development as Xbox actually. I think they're going to evaluate exactly where they're at with the game and whether or not it is worth continuing development, which is, we'll have to wait and see. But it's been a long time. Like 2021 was when it was like announced, which makes me think nothing was officially on the go. Like, I think they had an idea and I think they created a cool concept trailer. I think Xbox was like, we need something.
Wasn't it revealed at that E3 where they were just like, this will be out in 12 months?
Yep.
Maybe it wasn't. Oh, it was? Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was the year after. The year after was the 12-month one. Yeah, this was the year before.
It's a shame because I was excited for the game. But look, yeah, maybe it's totally reasonable why they've stopped development. That might be true. But there is a certain level of onus. Like, how often is Xbox checking in on their second-party games? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, there was a lot of talk that, like, because of the Activision acquisition and just everything going on there, and every studio that they were trying to freaking figure out, that, like, apparently Avalanche just sort of flew under the radar for a while there, and then Xbox asked for an update, and then they said we'll have an update by this point. There was no update, and then they came and asked for more money, like a month ago or 2 months ago or something like that. Sounds like they came to them after everybody got axed and said, hey, bad timing, we need more money. That's what it feels like. So it'll be interesting to see. Like, I feel like Jason Schreier knows more than he's letting on, because he was sort of the one that broke it, and he was sort of like, hey, the game's effectively like on ice right now. I wouldn't expect to see it anytime soon. But yeah, they're like, active development has now stopped while you evaluate the project's future. So there's like no, sorry guys, there's no, this is when you'll hear more about it. There's no, we'll let you know. There's no what comes next. There's, we are stopping active development. What's done is done, you know. We'll let you know if anything comes of it. So who knows?
yeah, righto.
It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, I hope we do get like an official update or something.
I think we deserve it at this point. Like, Jesus Christ, like, so many of us who have just been like, oh man, can't wait to see what Contraband's up to, and suddenly it's just not happening. It's like, okay guys, like, this feels like, I feel like Xbox was sort of a little bit blindsided. If all this like, hey, we need more funding thing comes out and it turns out to be true, I feel like they were a little bit blindsided. But like, now you're blindsiding the consumers. You know, we've just had a really good couple of like Summer Games Fests, followed by some really fucking shitty laying off of people and all this other stuff. So it's like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah, true. And just on this note as well, Forza Motorsport put out an update today, like a blog post or whatever, basically saying that they're gonna I don't know the exact words, I can't remember, but basically sunset the title. So they're going to bring back all the time limited events and have them rotate like every month or whatever, and then just put it in basically a holding pattern. The game will just live for a while.
What, the new one?
Yep. Yeah. Like, they're not, it seems like there'll be no new content added to the game.
Yeah. That basically just confirms that like Motorsport's done.
Yeah, like there was a line in there about like, you know, 10 and Playground Games will continue to support the title. So, you know, maybe there'll be, if there needs to be bug fixes and things like that, you know, in the future, like there'll be possible to get those sorts of things done. But like,
what a fucking wet fart, bro! What a wet fart! All that build up for this game to get what? How long has this game been out? A year?
Yeah, I don't know. How long has it been out for? Like a couple of years?
Yeah, like what? Like, it feels like it barely it's barely scratched the surface of support for a fucking Forza game. Like, that's insane. Like, okay.
I'm glad it got Bathurst, to be honest. But
Yeah. This is ridiculous.
I read on Twitter someone made, I think they were linking to an article. I wish I could remember where it was, but such a good point was made that Forza Motorsport is like Microsoft's biggest gaming IP that they invented.
Yeah.
You know, and like, just done.
Yeah.
It's you know, I think this latest title failed to do something that the rest of the Forza Motorsport titles have tried to do. And there's a great interview with what's the guy's name that runs the studio? Dan something, isn't it? Anyway, I can't remember. But basically, the goal of Forza Motorsport was to make car lovers love games and game lovers love cars. Like, that's always been the thinking behind it. And I don't think this game made a single fucking attempt to find a car owner. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It just felt like it was slapped on the Xbox community. Hey, here's a new Forza, which is great and exciting. Don't get me wrong. Like, I love that we get a new Forza. Like, I love Forza. But I don't think they did anything for car culture. Whereas previous games, they've tried to do stuff for car culture. Or, you know, I remember with Forza 5, like, they worked with tire companies to get new data on how tires work that had never been done before.
Yeah.
And like they discovered new things about the physics behind tires, you know what I mean? So I just don't, and maybe they were in the background, I don't know, but this game I feel like they just brought out for gamers, and it turns out that's not enough, I guess. It's a sad end to such a
I mean, if you want to bring out a racing game just for gamers, you have Horizon for that. Motorsport was for someone different. Like, it was for people that enjoy those like in-depth sim races, but also enjoy a bit of video game. You know what I mean? But there's just games out there that do it better now, like Assetto Corsa and games like that. You know what I mean? They're real sim fucking races, and they do it so much better than, you know, these first-party studios that are just like trying to bang out as much as they can as quickly as they can. You know what I mean? Maybe them doing a sim race, it just isn't what they should do anymore, and they should stick to the arcadey stuff. And you've got, you know, companies out there that are primarily like, we love cars, we love games, we do this one game, this is what we do. Like, Assetto Corsa's got like so much content at this point, like so much, still gets content, is built for people who enjoy sim racing, has all those different like little mechanics inside of it, you know, like, and it just feels like Forza Motorsport and Gran Turismo have just pissed it up against the wall. Like,
And you would have thought that bringing Forza to PC would have allowed them to go and capture the new audiences, but I don't think they really tried. Like,
it feels like they didn't.
Be an ad for Forza?
No, honestly, it feels like they didn't try. Like, I've had no desire to play it. That's a problem, because I like Forza.
Like Forza 5 and 6, but especially 5, like, that shit was everywhere.
Forza 5 was a moment, dude. Like, I had people that barely touched video games talking about Forza 5. You know, like, I had car people talking about Forza 5. This, like, it felt like it came out and that was it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
it almost felt like it came out in early access or something. It was never launched.
Now, if they'd come out and actually were like, if they'd done that, the game might have been in a better spot. But the fact that they're like, the game is launched, and then everyone's like, okay, and then just like no one really gave it a second glance, and, you know, oh man, when they add this, when they add that, it's like, fuck, all this should be here.
And I'm sure after a troubled development and a bit of from a business perspective, just didn't add up, I guess.
Yeah.
Tragic.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah. That sucks. Yeah. Ugh.
But we got Battlefield now, so
that's true. There is Battlefield. There is Battlefield, mate. That is so true. You are correct, mate. Just quickly before we end, we've had a couple of showcases and stuff happen the last couple of days, which has been great. We're going to go through them in order of importance. So we had an Indie World yesterday. Which was 15 minutes of just some really good shit, like Little Kitty Big City. They're getting a photo mode, Ultimate Sheep Raccoon, and Glaciated. They're coming up. They got dates. We got to look at new games like Winter Burrow, Undusted, Tiny Bookshop, which came out now, Strange Antiques, Go-Go Town, which has been a real big one. That's coming to the Switch next year. And we had a couple of games that literally just like dropped right after the show, like Is This Sea Taken and Heralding. So that was really cool. There's a game that I'm super keen on. It's called Mina the Hollower. It is the game that's from the Shovel Knight guys. They dropped a demo, and it drops on October 31st. So I'm definitely going to try that demo. Looked really, really good. So yeah, we had the Indie World. We had something else before we had. Did we?
THQ was it?
Oh man, I could have sworn we had something else. The Partner Direct. We had the Partner Direct as well.
Yeah, we didn't really speak about that on the podcast.
We did not. It was okay. Yeah, I think THQ's the big one to talk about. So we'll talk about the Partner Direct really quick. We got some sick games announced there. We got Monster Hunter Stories 3 kicking off the show. Looks freaking amazing. Originally, the Monster Hunter Stories games were DS games that were ported to the Switch, and now the third one is built for the Switch 2 from the ground up. So, can't wait for that one next year. We're getting an Octopath Traveler prequel called Octopath Traveler 0. That comes out next year. No, that comes out this year. That comes out at the end of the year. Square Enix also announced The Adventures of Elliot and the Millennium Tales, which just looks freaking sick. Plants vs. Zombies Replanted is coming. So it's the original, it's like an original remake of the Plants vs. Zombies game. So the remake of the original, sorry. So it's got new visuals, they re-recorded the soundtrack, and they're adding local co-op and a versus mode. And that comes out in October for Switch and Switch 2. Pac-Man World 2 Repack's coming. We got another look at Final Fantasy Tactics. Persona 3 Reload got announced. That was something I said on the podcast last time that I was like, I guarantee you Persona's going to get announced. It did. Madden got announced. Star Wars Outlaws, another one I said was going to get announced. That was there. Chronos was there. Apex Legends was there. That's coming to the Switch too. The port is supposed to be 60 FPS. It'll have crossplay and full content parity with the other versions. And that comes out, it's out now. Came out on the 5th. So it's out now. And yeah, we got Yakuza Kiwami and Kiwami 2 coming to the Switch. We got another look at Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. We got a look at some weird freaking game called Chillin' by the Fire, which is it's a campfire simulator where you sit around a fire and you just roast marshmallows and you just chill out with people. They've incorporated the Switch 2 camera, so you can literally just sit there with your mates around a fire and look at each other, which is, why don't we just go outside and do that ourselves? Yeah. So good, solid showing of third-party games, which is what the Switch 2 really needed. We needed to know that the third parties were coming, but as always, like we reported on One Up, like there was a little bit of a delay on the third-party like Switch development kits coming out, so I think it's going to be some time before we see some real big hitters, but who knows? Hopefully sooner rather than later. Now, the THQ Nordic Showcase for 2025. What a show, mate. Honestly, anytime THQ Nordic does something these days, it's like, I feel like every single game they show just gets me super hyped. So, here's what we've seen. We saw a brand new SpongeBob SquarePants game called Titans of the Tide. Looks really cool. It's about Moby Dick and Neptune going at it, and they've got this really cool swap mechanic where like one of you, like Patrick or SpongeBob is dead, and then you can swap between the two of them. So one's a little ghost and then one's normal, but they both do different things. So for puzzle solving, you need to swap between the two in order to solve the puzzles. So it looks really cool. We have a new, so we'll talk about it soon, but Wreckfest 2 got its early access thing, but they also announced a game called Recreation, which feels like they're doing their sort of like it's basically like Forge. So it's basically like Trackmania. Like you go in, you're in a massive open world, and you can design tracks, ramps, obstacles, and all these different things, and then you and your friends can race them. Like it's really, really cool. It's designed. It's Wreckfest's version of Horizon, mate. They've got their own little spin-off where it does something very different, but very, very cool. We got another look at Tides of Tomorrow, which is just becoming more and more interesting the more and more I see it. That's that game where like you can follow in the footsteps of players that have done the missions and stuff before you, and you see what they did, and you can decide to follow suit or do something different. Very, very cool. We got the announcement of Sacred 2 Remaster. Let's go. Very keen. Wreckfest 2 is going into early access. Titan Quest 2 entered early access after the show. We got a new look at the eternal life of Goldman, and my freaking god, this is this is the trailer that has made me think that this game is not what I thought it was. So I've always thought it was like a cool little fun side scroller or something, and this teetered on the edge of like horror, like a psychological mind fuckery horror game, which is like not what I thought this game was going to end up being at all. So I'm very interested to see more. But yeah, we'll have to just wait and see. We got a new Guild game announced. We got the Guild Europa 1410. That's coming to PC. Very, very cool. Has 12-player multiplayer, so that will be very interesting. The remake of Gothic is launching in 2026, and there's a demo available now on Steam, so if you want to give it a go, definitely go check it out. Fate Keeper, ladies and gentlemen, is not a sequel to Kingdoms of Amalur. Sucks ass, but it looks good. It looks like a dark, gritty Avowed. So it looks like Avowed looks like a bright, version of like Oblivion. This just looks like a first-person sick-ass game. They did the Jeff Keighley thing, but they did it once, which was great, mate. So this game was made by one person and 922 of his friends. No, I'm just joking. This is a game they were very clever with their words. This is a game that started development with 11 people, and it's just slowly grown into what it is. So very, very excited for that. The original Gothic saga is going to come to consoles next year. So 1, 2, and 3 will be available on consoles before the Gothic remake comes out, which is great, which means they're probably working on a fourth one, let's be honest, everyone. This is kind of how THQ Nordic operate. We got another look at Reanimal. Makes me feel weird. It was actually funny during the reacts. I was like, dude, okay. So during the reacts for this thing, I was like, yeah, I don't know about this game, man. It makes me feel ill. I don't know if I like it. This game's going to have to do something really, really like spectacular for me to want to play it. Like for me to actually play it. It gives me the creeps. And then they played the trailer for the collector's edition, and I was like, so I'm probably going to play the game. It looks really, really, this collector's edition looks great. And then, mate, we ended with just brought a tear to my eye. I was very excited. I screamed, hurt my throat. It was wonderful. It is officially confirmed that the Darksiders project that they are working on at THQ Nordic and at Gunfire Games is Darksiders 4. And we got a quick little trailer with no other information, but then like they put up a product listing page which had so much more like a couple of days later. So basically the product listing page confirms that you can play the game single player or in 2 to 4 player co-op. So that's huge. Like, that's crazy. I never thought the day would come, which is crazy because there are podcast episodes, there are really old videos, there are all this stuff out there of me saying, wouldn't it be crazy if they ever did co-op? You know what I mean? Like if they ever just had a third person. I think when Genesis was coming out and it was top down and you could play co-op, I was like, man, imagine if they did like a co-op third person Darksiders game. Well, they're fucking doing it. The war is here and you can play as all 4 of the horsemen. But my God, am I freaking keen. I'm so freaking keen. I I need to see more. I need to see so much more. Like, it's cool to know that it is 4, and it's cool to know that they are doing all 4 Horsemen, and that we are getting the continuation of the Darksiders 1 that we've waited 10 plus years for, mate. Like, honestly, it feels like we've been waiting a long time. So yeah, I'm very excited, very, very excited, and I honestly cannot wait. I need it now. But yeah, I think it's still a ways off, dude. Like, the fact that we didn't get any gameplay, and I feel like if they had gameplay, they would have shown it. So yeah, I'm excited.
I don't know what the guild is, but I'm gonna keep an eye on that one.
Oh yeah, dude, Guild's great. This is like,
There's like 7 seconds of gameplay in that trailer. The rest of the trailer, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but that last 7 seconds look great. Yeah.
Oh mate, I've got the old Guild games on my Steam account. We should.
At least after the podcast, at least want you to explain to me what they are, because I've never heard of this before.
Yeah, that's fine. We can do that. But yeah. No, it was great. It was a good time. I really enjoyed the THQ Nordic thing. Like it's never anything like earth-shatteringly major, but like when they come to show, they always show a wide variety of games that every single one makes me go, I want to try that. You know what I mean? Like, that looks cool. That looks interesting. Yes, it does. Like, they're not out here to showcase, like, you know, the next massive thing, you know what I mean? They're here to show you, like, this is what we're working on. We're passionate about what we're working on. These are the games we want to make. And I'm pretty sure at the end they said that there's still like 11 games in development that we haven't seen from them yet. Like, they have a shit ton in development.
I want them to be successful. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they're taking the risks. Not like, I mean, you know, like a new SpongeBob game is probably not like the riskiest thing ever, but like they're making the stuff that could flop. You know.
Well, see, that's the thing, right?
Everyone's thinking flops, but they don't realize it. I feel like THQ knows that a couple of these might not hit the sales that it needs. You know?
Yeah.
But they're still giving it a go. It feels that way anyway.
Yeah, I mean, they are definitely taking, like, the SpongeBob games, like, have been a risk. Like, they did the remake for Battle for Bikini Bottom, right? And that went gangbusters, you know what I mean? Like, and that makes sense, you know, everybody wanted that one to come back. And then they just developed a brand new one off the back of that, knowing that people may not give a fuck. And they did, and it was great. And everyone's like, cool. So now they've made another one, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like...
I can see it pay off.
Look, I'm surprised we're getting a Wreckfest 2, because I didn't think Wreckfest 1 did great, but apparently it did, you know. Now we're getting Wreckfest 2 and Recreation. They've got that much faith in it, we're getting a spin-off.
I watched a video on Wreckfest the other day, and I was like, oh, we slept on this.
Okay.
I think we are the problem, not the game.
Right, cool.
Marketing problem, I don't know, but maybe when it leaves early access, we should take a look. Or I didn't realize that other Wreckfest games are announced, so I'm keen to have a look at that in a minute.
Yeah, dude, honestly, it kind of reminded, like, it feels like, you know, when you look at, it feels like it reminds me of, like, the Lego expansions for Horizon, but instead of, like, everything already being built, you're able to build it. Like, they've just given you a massive sandbox and said, build whatever you want here, make it as long as you want. You know what I mean?
It feels like Trackmania was a great call.
Yeah, 100% like Trackmania. I'm excited to see what people come up with. That's what I'm with games like this. I'm not the creator. I'm the guy that'll go in there and just try the craziest shit. Like, I'm down to try whatever they want to make, you know. So yeah, I'll be really keen to see that. Yeah, just great array of games like Sacred. Oh, I'm so ready for a remaster of Sacred. But then I was sitting there and I'm like, wait, this is Sacred 2. Have they already remastered Sacred 1 and I just missed it? Like, have I missed one? Like, no, they haven't. I believe they haven't. So that's great. Let's make a new one, you know? Like, bring back some of these older titles that we definitely want to see. And what a great array, too. Like, Titan Quest, a top-down Diablo-like, Goldman, a side-scrolling freaking Cuphead like art style game. The Guild, I'll explain that soon. Gothic, you know, like a classic freaking first person, third person Diablo like game. Fate Keeper, you know, Darksiders. Like, there's just so many different, like, they've got their toes dipped in so many different styles, you know what I mean? Like, when I think of, like, man, I miss RTSs, man, I miss those top down, man, it's like THQ's doing them, you know what I mean? It's just like they're doing them.
I think we need to go up for And
Oh, I love THQ, man.
we got to do our part, and I pledge to.
They've actually just started like a creative program, so I might have to sign up for that, honestly, and hope that I can get in, because I'm a big fan of the THQ Nordic. They've got a fan in me.
Just putting that on our one-up to-do list right now.
So that was basically it. It was a good time. If you guys want to see me react to Darksiders and really cry like a little biatch, definitely go and check it out. It's on One Up Kyle and One Up Games. I put it on both. We also put the Darksiders 4 teaser trailer up on One Up, because for a while there it wasn't anywhere. It's still not on THQ's YouTube page. So it was really weird that it was just sort of like forgotten. So it was up on our YouTube. So definitely go check it out, because it's a freaking sick teaser trailer. Like, that is what a teaser trailer feels like. Like, we got nothing, but we got everything. You know what I mean? Like, it was everything I wanted, and they showed me nothing at all. You know, it's a good teaser trailer. So definitely go and check that out. But yeah, mate, anything else you would like to talk about before we end?
Nah, I want to go play Battlefield, to be honest.
Let's go play Battlefield, mate. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening. We really do appreciate it. Remember, if you enjoyed what you have heard, remember to like, subscribe, follow, heart, do all that fun stuff. Wherever you're listening, or whether it be podcast service or YouTube, we will be back next week. So, yeah, Jack, mate, thank you very much for joining me.
Very much for having me.
Mate, anytime. It's a good time. But yeah, we'll be back next week, everybody. Head on over to One Up Games over on YouTube. Watch whatever content we got up there. Head up to One Up Kyle. We've got some stuff over there. And be sure to check out the website. New articles going up every single day. We've had big days the last couple of days. Lots of articles. So lots of stuff for you to read. Lots of stuff for you to catch up on. So definitely go and check that out. But that is going to do it from us. Until next time, may all of your games be good ones. And I will catch you guys next week. Bye, everybody.